Well, hello there everyone. Right now, it's 5:02 on Monday, December 13th. I don't really have any big news today, but let's talk on a seasonal topic. My bones are chilly, luckily the warm heart of perfect snowflake dancing in the air. Scoop them up with a net. Now we can use snowflakes and craft something truly snowy. I think it was Trigger Conroy who was talking about, like, after, like, a month since the new update came out, or something along those lines. He had only seen, like, one bit of, like, repeated Isabelle dialogue from before the update. Which is kind of cool. I mean, it's not perfect, obviously, as I have seen her saying some repeats, but she's saying new stuff. Generally. Hey, Osmore, how you doing? I'm excited for Spider-Man. And Spider-Man's in, what, 3 days? Because Thursday, it releases on, technically Friday, but, you know, they do midnight screenings on Thursday. Oh, I am so excited. That's right around the corner. And yet, it's still got 3 days to go until then. Ah, God. But I am so excited for Spider-Man. Praise Helix. Got my last final finish today, so I'm officially done with finals. And now I just gotta wait 3 days for Spider-Man. Yeah. So many other things I should. Because remember when this series started back in like October, and I was like, I'm gonna try to watch all the Spider-Man movies, one a week. And then I got to 2 of them, not counting the Venoms. I got to like 2 of them, and I never did another Spider-Man. Oh my gosh. I was gonna do the 3rd Tobey Maguire, I was gonna do the Garfield. Even though I doubt Into the Spider-Verse affects anything, I was gonna do it anyways. You know, I bought the square bathtub at the other island. But you know what? I'll sell it to you, Whitney. I like ya. Make sure you display it in your house. Yeah, I was gonna watch all the Spider-Mans, and I didn't. I didn't. It happens. It happens. And now... But hey, Spider-Man... I'm going to watch the 2 Tom Hollands. No Way Home and Far From Home. Or Homecoming. Homecoming and Far From Home before No Way Home comes on. Hey, Bobbert, what you doing out in the snow? Hey, it's me, Bobbert. Snow is so fluffy, I bet the real bits of clouds falling from the sky. Just don't try to eat them. They have carbon in them, and the carbon's bad for you. Because pollution. Gosh, it's so cool to have all the snow here. But yeah, yeah, I gotta watch the 2 Tom Hollands, at least. At least I gotta watch the 2 Tom Hollands. Which are gonna be the next, like, 2 days. I might even watch one after this stream. I don't know, I'm still thinking about it. Watch Homecoming. I probably should do the first Andrew Garfield as well. Just because, you know, that one's kind of sort of important. Because that one because, like, it sets up Garfield's character and everything. And I haven't seen it since it came out in theaters. It and the second Garfield are easily the ones I've seen the least. I think I've seen each one once when they came out. Oh, we did buy turnips. Yeah, I do remember that now. Ooh, whatever. And then, oh, so I think I talked yesterday about making a pie. I actually made that pie. I made a pie yesterday, an apple pie, with a brown sugar crumble on top. God, it's so good. I missed Pi, man. Pi is so good. Yeah, this one was, it was good. It was, I could have easily eaten the whole pie. Cause oh, a turnip salad? What the heck is that? I love the Amazing Spider-Man movies. I think they don't deserve to be the hate they get. Now, I would say that about the first one. I don't think the first one deserves the hate it gets. The second one, on the other hand... Oh, we got 2 statues. We're gonna have to see if those are real. The second one, on the other hand, I remember being... Oh, we already know that one. Terrible. Like, just, like... What is it? Like, Electro hates Spider-Man because he forgot his name on his birthday. That's Electro's whole villain arc in that movie, is that he hates Spider-Man because Spider-Man forgot his name on his birthday. That's why he becomes the supervillain Electro. Like, what? What? Oh my god. But the first one I remember being decent. And I guess I thought Curt Connors, the Lizard, dies in that movie. Because I know Gwen Stacy's dad, the cop, dies at that movie. But I also thought the Lizard did. Nope, I guess he just goes to jail or whatever, so... Who knows? Robo-synth. So, but that does lead me to the... So, I don't know if other people have said this or not. But this is my theory. My headcanon at the moment is because people are like, well, hey, why are Sandman and the Lizard in this movie when they don't die in their... Right, because Doctor Strange says they're here because they died fighting Spider-Man. But the Lizard and Sandman don't die. Sandman gets peace makes peace with Peter Parker for killing Uncle Ben and goes off to presumably help his daughter or whatever who's dying from disease. And again, I guess Curt Connors goes to jail or whatever. I don't honestly remember. But that leads me, what if the Lizard and the Sandman we see in these new movies, and maybe even Electro and Green Goblin, literally all of them potentially. I know we want the Tobey Maguire versions of these characters, and that would be really cool. The Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield versions of these characters would be cool, because it's the characters we know and the characters we watch die. But what if the Lizard and the Sandman in this upcoming movie are not the Lizard and the Sandman from The Amazing Spider-Man and from Spider-Man 3, respectively? What if they're alternate versions of Lizard and Sandman from, like, other universes where Peter Parker actually kills them? And what if the only one from... And same thing goes for Electro and the Green Goblin. It's possible the only real one is Doc Ock, who sacrificed his life at the end of Spider-Man 2 to save New York and to save the city and whatnot. And that's why he's maybe potentially helping them out in this new movie, because he dies a hero in that one, so now in this one he's a hero again. Kind of. And then boom, we get Superior Spider-Man. It's always possible. But yeah, I don't think the Sandman and the Lizard are the ones from the second movie, or the third and first movies respectively. I think they're their own different universes, and that potentially goes for all of them. Because how does Electro go from being Blue Dude to Tim's? Like, how does that work? I don't know. Does it make any sense? I don't know. But it's Spider-Man. 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 Oh, look, it's a Care Bear. I want to sell. A clump of weed. Alright, we also got to find out turnip prices, because I did buy turnips this week. I actually remembered to do that. Where the heck are my turnip prices? Turnip prices. 98. Okay, 98 I think means anything. 98 is not fluctuate. It might be large or a small spike. Yeah, it literally could be anything. Probably fluctuating, but it could be anything. They took off the guy who plays Venom in the cast list online. So I think he's going to be at the end of the movie, or he's going to play a big part in the movie. I could see that. So, spoiler alert for the second Venom, I guess. Venom Let There Be Carnage. Spoiler alert, I guess, for that movie. The movie ends with, like, Venom... So, Eddie Brock, right? Tom Hardy's character. And Venom, like, being in, like, a hotel in Mexico or whatever. And then all of a sudden, the world goes all wobbly, timey-wimey. And next thing you know, they're watching the news of Peter Parker being unmasked as Spider-Man. So, I totally think it's possible that Venom could show up. Does he show up in the climactic, like, end battle? I don't know, because we're pretty sure that climactic end battle is the Statue of Liberty. But, at least, you know, it makes sense. But could Venom show up, like, after that, and then they set up the... Because Tom Holland has said, or Marvel, or somebody has said, that they're going to be making another Spider-Man trilogy. So, right, we have the first Spider-Man trilogy with Tobey Maguire, which was originally supposed to be 4 movies, but they never made the 4th one. Then we had the Andrew Garfield trilogy, which was supposed to be 3 movies, and they never made the 3rd one. And now we got the Tom Holland trilogy, which is 3 movies. But supposedly they're going to be doing new stuff. But, right, they're bringing him back for a 2nd trilogy. They're going to freaking make the prequels next times. And having one of them be Venom, and having another one would be with Deadpool. Would be so great. Spider-Man meets Deadpool. Or, you know, something like that. That would be so cool. Did these oh, it is Monday. These do refresh on Mondays. I think we have both of these, and I'm pretty sure the blue Rosetta Stone is fake, because I don't think the Rosetta Stone is blue, so we'll buy the basic painting instead. Let's see, do we have sugarcane finally? Not that I'm planting it today, but I'll buy a bunch. Yeah, it's totally possible. I mean, I don't... Who play... So, it said him... well, the character he plays is Eddie Brock. I don't know if the voice of Venom... Oh, we do have sugarcane, yes. I do not know if the voice of Venom is also Tom Hardy, or if Venom is voiced by somebody else. I don't know off the top of my head. I don't know if it's, if it's just Tom Hardy doing a voice, or if they got somebody else to do it. I mean, for all I know, he could be mocapped by Andy Serkis. Because it's Andy Serkis. Because he did direct the second one. Yeah, we're gonna have to start... We're gonna start growing the sugarcane once the turnips are sold. So whenever I sell the turnips, we will do the sugarcane. I'm gonna buy just a bunch. What else? Anything? But I could see that being like our, and then we get a Spider-Man Venom thing. That, you know, I know people would want it to be super serious. I know people would love to see comic accurate Maximum Carnage or whatever. I don't think we need Maximum Carnage. Honestly, I don't know. Maximum Carnage has its own special place in comics. I guess, but I don't know. Who are we gonna introduce next? Fucking... Oh god, I can't even make the joke if I don't remember the stupid character's name. I want to say Azriel Dremmer, but Azriel Dremmer is a completely different character. Oh god, what's that guy's name? From the Clone Saga, he's the one who sues Parker. Because it would, I mean, I could totally see them getting away with doing some... God, no, let's not even talk about the Clone Saga. I mean, we're already bunching dangerously close to freaking One More Day in the MCU. Let's not do the Clone Saga, please. Like, come on. What's his name? Azriel Dremmer is the Batman character who is... I mean, he's been dead in comics for, what, 30 years now, I think? I probably am wrong about that. I think that's Azriel Dremmer, anyways. Kane is the evil Spider-Man. Not Venom, but, like evil, like, Spider-Man, who's different from, like... I don't know, like Doppelganger, who is evil Spider-Man as well, but created by the... Fuck, I always forget his name as well. The evil Adam Warlock. The evil Adam Warlock is... Belongings will improve, that's good. That's actually one of the only good predictions. The evil... Not the moniker... Not the malpractor. I don't remember his name. The evil Adam Warlock. That's who Doppelganger is. But yeah, oh gosh, who is that? He sues Spider-Man. Because they rip off that episode of Batman, the animated series, where they sue Batman, which is one of the best episodes of Batman, like, ever. Like, the episode where they sue Batman is so good, so well done. And, they do that, they did that for Spider-Man, and it's just not as good. I keep just going back to Azriel Dremmer. It's something, it's like an Ezekiel, or... See, this is what I get for not reading Spider-Man comics. Again, I need to read more comics. I say that every year, though. I need to read more comics, and I just never do. Is this... Okay, that's the one we bought yesterday. So it was the other one I didn't know anything about. The Monitor is the MCU character, or not MCU, the DC character, who fights the Anti-Monitor, or who, you know, warns the heroes about the Anti-Monitor. So that's not it. Gosh, I'm so bad at this. And Topher Grace. Oh, I saw your comment about Topher Grace from Spider-Man 3. Who was Venom in that. He has confirmed that he is in the movie, and that him and that he gets the Venom symbiote, and him and the Venom symbiote do a dance, or some shit like that. I don't know. It was, they asked him about it in like an interview or something like that, or maybe it was just on like Twitter or something, and he had a really funny response to it. But you know, when I'm talking about like other other universes, and like, oh, our Sandman and our Electro and our Lizard maybe from other universes, it could be that they're trying to pull in the Venom from Spider-Man 3 and end up pulling in the Venom, Eddie Brock, Tom Hardy one on accident. It's always possible. Gosh. Okay, who the heck am I thinking of? Okay. Wait, was I saying Azrael Drim? Is that fucking Undertale? Is Azrael Drimmer Undertale? Is that what I'm thinking? Who is... Azrael. There is a Batman Azrael thing. I don't know all the details clearly. I just remember the suit. God, I remember the suit, yeah. Oh, we're on a fall island. Taskmaster? No, I know. I'm not thinking of Taskmaster. I'm not thinking of, Is it like... It's something Masters. It's not Vlad Masters. That's the villain in Danny Phantom. It's something Masters, though. I have so much approximate knowledge in my head. Where I'm like, I'm close to knowing something, but I don't actually know something. And Judas Iscariot's a different character. That's not who I'm thinking of either. That's the Phantom Stranger. Or at least one incarnation. I don't know, the Phantom Stranger's never really been explained. God, I would make like a big-time comic book person lose their mind. Because I can't remember this simple, stupid character's name. And yet I kind of know what the Phantom Stranger is. Which is a way more obscure reference. And I'm pretty sure Judas Iscariot is the Phantom Stranger. That's... Or at least that was a post-New 52 thing. I'm pretty sure I'm correcting the right characters. And I only know that because of JLA vs. Avengers. Because I think the Phantom Stranger shows up in that. God, JLA vs. Avengers is so good. Oh, I love that book to death. Hey, here's our... I remember saying the other day that we didn't find any pine cones. Here they are. Just on a different island. Okay. That makes sense. Doesn't, but whatever. Alright, so there wasn't much here on this island, but hey, it's a fall island, which we just got finished up with. It got us some pine cones, I guess that's not too bad. Oh, and we got a new thing. A mush parasol. Parasol. And then, oh, look at this. A frozen mini snow person. Oh my gosh, look at that. That's the turnip salad, which doesn't look terrible. Mush parasol. Oh, it's like a rooted thing. Okay. And these are the counters and the pillar we got yesterday. Or, yeah, that was yesterday. Okay, I'm gonna look this up. I've given up thinking about it. Okay, Judas Traveler. Oh my god. So I was on the right track. Oh my gosh. Yeah, who is he gonna come into the MCU next? Judas Traveler? Fuck, man. All that for... I did get I did get Judas. Oh my gosh. Honestly, the bigger question with this new one is, are they going to bring in Miles Morales? I mean, that'd be another obvious setup, because they are clearly setting up Young Avengers. Like, that's something the MCU is clearly doing. I mean, we got Kamala Khan, we have Kate Bishop, Patriot is in Falcon and Winter Soldier. I think his name is Patriot. You know, Isaiah's grandson, who you see a few times. Yeah, in the comics, he has powers, and he becomes, I think, like Patriot or something like that. They're setting up him, and he's one of the Young Avengers. The only one they really haven't technically done is Nova. But they have set up the Nova Corps in the first Guardians of the Galaxy. They just haven't set up Nova. But there's more than enough room to do that. And I just think of Nova as a teen hero. I don't know if he entirely is, but that's just how I always think of him. And then they could put in Tom Holland, Spider-Man, or Miles Morales. Honestly, whichever one works for them more. I personally associate Young Avengers with with Miles Morales, because by that point, Spider-Man had already like started a company. His company got blown up. He was the Superior Spider-Man by that point. That had already like happened and ended by that point. Yeah, Peter Parker hasn't been in high school for a long time. Alright, we're gonna buy this half of the whiteboard. Yep, I'll take that. And we're gonna buy the Care Bear unicorn rabbit bunny thingy. I know it's probably like a mix of My Little Pony and Care Bear, but it reminds me, the position makes me think more of Care Bear. I can't believe I called him... I can't believe I thought Azrael Drimmer, the Undertale character, was freaking Azrael from Batman. Yeah, that character's still... As far as I know, that character is still dead in comics. Like, they got killed in the 90s, and they're still dead to this day. One of the few characters who has not been revived. Which is kind of surprising. Okay, I want to get all the Christmas stuff out of storage. So I guess that's what we're going to do now. I don't know where it all is, so we're going to have to find it, but we will. You know, that does make me think, though, with So with Batman, this is my controversial take, I guess. Yeah, I guess let's put it like that. I think it's time for Batman to retire. Specifically Bruce Wayne. You know, recently, Clark Kent retired as Superman, and now his son, Jonathan, has taken up the role of Superman. I know there was some time travel shenanigans in there, and we definitely shouldn't gloss over that, but hey, that's what happened. But I think the same thing for Superman. That it's time that Batman, I mean. I think it's time Batman retire and we get a new Batman. Whether it's Tim Drake or anybody else, I don't know. But I do, because Batman is one of the only heroes who has never died in comics. They killed him in Final Crisis, but he doesn't technically die. It's kind of stupid, actually. But yeah, Batman has never died in the comics. And I'm not saying he needs to die. I just think it's time for Batman to retire and for somebody else to take up the mantle. Whether that be Dick Grayson or Who else? Dick Grayson's one. Honestly, any of the Robins, probably except for Damian, because didn't Damian... Because when Batman was thought to be dead in Final Crisis, didn't Damian take up the role as Robin? And that probably, like, because I know Dick Grayson is Batman after Final Crisis, but that didn't last forever, and yeah, because Batman was off time traveling and whatnot. It's a whole thing. But yeah, that's my I guess controversial take, is that I think it's time for Batman to retire, and for some, or maybe even just set it up like Batman Beyond, where he gets to a point where he can no longer go out and do it every day, because he's getting old. I mean, have you seen how Superman looks in the new comics? He's looking like his Golden Age self, with the gray streak and everything. He's getting up there in age. And I think maybe you can start doing the same for Bruce Wayne. Because I like the idea, in theory, the idea of a character retiring and someone new stepping in their place. And I like it because of Wally West. Wally West was the Flash. I had never even heard of Barry Allen growing up. It was just Wally West. And then you find out, oh, Wally West is the Flash. Or Barry Allen used to be the Flash, and now he's retired and everything. And then they brought Barry Allen back, and then Flashpoint, and New 52, and they killed off Wally West, and then DC assassinated his character a few times, and fuck, man, the New 52 has not been kind to Wally West. But I think it's time. I want to see more legacy heroes like that. Batman, Superman, Aquaman, I guess. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I watched Batman Beyond earlier this year, and I'm just like, yeah, you know what? I liked, because in Batman Beyond, Bruce is retired. I think Superman's the head of the Justice League, but he's like the only one left. Diana's gone. It's all just like a new generation of heroes. And that's like, oh, that's cool. I would like to see the same for Batman. But that might just be me. Don't get me wrong, Bruce Wayne's cool, but it's at some point. And you know, and the whole, like, part of the whole reason the New 52 happened was because people were like, you know, Bruce Wayne probably shouldn't have had 4 Robins and be so young. He probably should be a little older. Like, he shouldn't be. What was he, like, 50? Because the idea of Bruce Wayne being 50 upsets some comic executives or whatever. It's something along those lines, anyways. And no, I think it's time. I do. Of course, it's comics, so eventually, like with Barry Allen, eventually one day everything will be reset. We can't all be Starman. Eventually, things will be reset. You know, I think of it, you know how I think about it? Since, you know, we're just doing comic books today, I might as well. I'm gonna use, so in Patrick H. Willems' video, talking about Star Wars, and talking about the legacy of Star Wars, he talks about it how, like, in the future, when it comes to Star Wars, we're gonna think about Star Wars in eras. Like, there was like, with the Millennium Falcon, like, no matter what, the Millennium Falcon will be in Star Wars. But there will be different eras. There will be the era when Han Solo had it. There'll be the era when Rey has it. There'll be the era after Rey when someone else takes it. Right? Consistencies exist, but it's now divided into eras. This was the hope of The Last Jedi. That bloodlines don't matter, but things will persist. And then, of course, for whatever the last one was. Because Last Jedi was good, and then the one after that, whose name I've completely forgotten, ruined it all. Rise of Skywalker, there we go. Where it completely spits in the face of that message. But that's what I would love to see from superhero comics. There was the era in which Bruce Wayne was Batman. Then there was the era in which, Dick Grayson was Batman. Then there was the era in which Tim Drake was Batman. Right, stuff like that. That would be cool. Will that ever happen? What's Catgirl? guess. I don't know. Oh, okay. Will that ever happen? Yeah, I don't know. But I think that would be cool. And same thing with Superman. Like, right now we're in the era where Jonathan Kent is Superman. And maybe, who knows? Maybe one day, so his kid will be Superman, or Connor Kent will be Superman for a little bit. You never know. I don't know. That's just me thinking about it. But then, and then you have the events where you have like the ultimate crossover, like that one Yu-Gi-Oh movie where the villain gets the protagonists of the first 3 Yu-Gi-Oh series together to like try to destroy duelists or whatever because it brings about the apocalypse. God, that movie's weird. But right, you get Bruce Wayne Batman, Tim Drake Batman, and Dick Grayson Batman, maybe, and you get all of them together for like some big time travel based event. I don't know. I don't know. Comics are a nightmare. That's all I'll say. Like, it's a cool medium. I really should read more. Like, right now, like, you know, X-Men. X-Men is currently in the Krakoan age. At least I think it still is. Where, like, oh, all of a sudden all the mutants live on their own island and they do their own thing. And they've basically achieved nigh immortality with a few asterisks in there. Like clones and whatnot. Like, they won't revive clones. But, right, we were in the X-Men Krakoan age. And now... And it's like, okay, this is a new status quo for the X-Men. Okay, and this is just how it is. And the X-Men are on Mars, and Storm is, like, the Queen of Mars. And now Mars is the center of, like, our solar system, not Earth. Because, yeah, the X-Men go places, I guess. But, supposedly, the Krakoan age is ending right now. It's like Inferno or something like that. That's bringing about the end of the Krakoan age. So, well, yeah, this was the new status quo in X-Men. It's probably only been the new status quo for, like, a few years. And now we're probably going to go back to the same old one that we had before of the school and everything. I don't know. Of course, it's always them testing out stuff for new comics. Like, that's what the Marvel Comics has become. Is like, hey, we're going to test out this new thing, and if it does well in the comics, then we'll implement it in the MCU. At least that's the theory anyways. I don't know how much truth there is to it. I want to see a comic where you see what happens to Gotham if there never was a Batman. I mean... yeah, fair. Or God, and then I hate that comics... I still have not gotten over this. Fucking... It's been, what, like 5 years now? And I still haven't gotten over this. With the wedding of Catwoman and Batman. And it's like, oh, it's finally happening. Okay. But then the wedding gets called off. Because Catwoman realizes, but it's also a plot from the League of Assassins, that if Batman is ever married and happy, he'll stop being Batman. Which is true, right? If Batman is happy, he won't be as good of a Batman. That has been shown in other stories. But if you're doing the wedding of Batman and Catwoman, show us that. Don't just say it's gonna happen. No, show us them get married and then have Bruce go out into the field as Batman and be a worse Batman, almost die, and then Catwoman realizes that she has to divorce him or else Bruce Wayne is going to die. Because if Batman is happy, he can't be Batman. Which we all know is true, but you gotta show it to us. Don't just say that's how it works, and that's why I'm calling off the wedding. Just, oh my god, it still pisses me off, and it's been like 5 years. It's been 5 years. Oh my god. And you know, it's stupid because even that's so much more minute than like Heroes in Crisis, which is way worse. But for some, and like it's complete character assassination of Wally West, but it does not piss me off nearly as much And I don't know why. Like, Heroes in Crisis really should piss me off. And yet, I just can't muster the anger over it. But the wedding of Batman and Catwoman, oh lordy, he angry. Fuck. And that was all to get us to Heroes in Crisis, because that got us the gift, and the gift gets Booster Gold set up because he goes insane and goes to Heroes in Crisis. And God, fucking comic books, man. Fucking comic books. Ah. Any other comic book thing I gotta complain about? Yeah, not at the moment. Yeah, no, there's a ton of... And, like, I know they've been experimenting with, like, Batman stories, and they've done some weird stuff. But then there's just, like, the whole thing of, like, comics are still treated as, like, a kid's medium. But yet, no, kids don't buy comic books. It's all, like, grown men. And comics want to sell to kids, but yet their stories are so... I'm going to use the word mature. Like, and I don't mean that in like a, oh, these are adult stories. It's like, yeah, we're mature. We talk about guns and violence and 90s extremism. And when I mean 90s extremism, I don't mean like Irish liberation extremism. No, I mean like Rob Liefeld extremism, like Cable, Youngbloods. Nope, don't want to sell any of my Frozen stuff. I feel like I'm missing some of my Frozen stuff. Like, I should have, like, more pillars and whatnot. And for some reason, I just don't. Oh, gosh. And then I found out... So, I've never read Superman Red Son. But I was listening to something talk about it. Oh, my gosh. I did not know that's how Superman Red Son ended. Like, oh, what? What is that ending? And, like, maybe if I were to read it, it would, like, click. Like, it'd be like, okay, that makes sense. And I've never watched, like, I think they adapted it into an animated movie. Never seen that either. I just know Superman Red Son's a popular comic. And I was like, oh, okay. But then finding out the ending, it's like, what? What is this? What? Okay. But yeah, that's how it ends. Holy shit. I don't want to say anything. You gotta look it up for yourself. Or read it, because again, I guess it's good. And I might read Red Son now, just to see how it gets there. But like, what? What? God, comics are weird. Okay, we sold all of our pumpkins. I'm going to keep the tomatoes and carrots there for now. We're going to start moving stuff once we, I should have bought more tomatoes last week. I just completely forgot. We're going to start moving stuff soon, but not right now. So we got illuminated. I want illuminated reindeer. Which is... It must be the third one, then. I want to see a Spawn versus Batman comic. I think there is one. Yeah, I know there is. That sounds like something that I've heard of before. But yeah, I've never seen it, so I couldn't tell you anything about it. But that sounds like something that's real. Spawn because Spawn is the one successful thing to come out of... Oh, it's not IDW. It's, Oh gosh, I don't remember the studio's name. The studio's name. It's not IDW. It's, Oh, there we go. I think I'm gonna move these all up one. Yeah, I've never read Spawn. I've only ever seen the terrible movie that I just remember being bad. But I know people really like Spawn, and yeah, I just know nothing about him. I think the toy sleigh's here at the end. But yeah, no, that definitely sounds like something that's real. Because, again, back in the day, the comic book creators used to cross over with one another. And then in the 2000s, they just kind of stopped. I mean, it still happens occasionally. I mean... And some of the comics like that have crossed over are weird, like... freaking Star Trek and Doctor Who have crossed over with, like, Green Lantern and other, like, DC Comics characters. It's kind of weird. So we got some illuminated snowflakes, which I can place a few around here in different places. We probably should make some more decorations, but for the moment, I'm just gonna make a few and call it there. We're gonna also pick this up. I'm gonna put the other snowflake. We're gonna move this mallard over. Okay, let's see. Will this fit? Oh, good. It does fit. Okay, we have a ice tree. Okay, I know we have the wheels here usually year-round, but I think I'm gonna pick up these wheels. Yep, I'm gonna pick up the wheels, and we're gonna put the Christmas stuff here, or at least the illuminated tree and whatnot. Yeah, illuminated tree. We're gonna move these down, because these are Christmas, the lights are Christmas colored. Theoretically, we could get rid of these chairs as well, but... Illuminated present. Illuminated present. We got the cat grass. And we've got a frozen tree and a frozen sculpture. I know before we used to have the frozen sculpture over here. Now I think we're going to move it to the other side. Yeah, the bear. I recommend the first King Spawn comic, even though there is no fighting in it. It sets up a story, and I have not yet seen the other comics. I don't know if they're out yet. But King Spawn is really good, but short. That doesn't sound bad at all. King Spawn? Yeah. You know what comic I've always wanted to read just because of the name? Yeah, sure, So, Judge Dredd. You know, there was a movie starring Sylvester Stallone, and then there was another movie starring... oh god, I can't remember the actor's name. He's the one with the machine guns in Thor Ragnarok. I'm completely forgetting the actor's name right now. Well, that guy, there was another Dredd movie with, Judge Dredd movie with him. Well, Judge Dredd is based off of a British comic series. And one of the comics is called The Apocalypse Wars. Where it's like, in the future, the weapons are like so powerful and so destructive that like just, this is what I've been told, that like just using like a single one of their like post-apocalypse like nuclear bombs ends the world. And they use like a bunch of them. But yeah, it's called The Apocalypse Wars. And that's just such a cool name. And yeah, is it like that 90s comic shit I was just complaining about? Kind of, but I heard it's also good, which is like Youngbloods is not good. But yeah, the Apocalypse Wars. Oh. That's always something I've been curious about, but I've never looked into. There's a few series like that. Oh shit. Ah, whatever, you know, it doesn't matter. We're just looking for a place to put this frozen tree. The Apocalypse Wars. Yeah, there's a few comics that that aren't made by Marvel or DC that I've always kind of been curious about, but I've never done. Now, I did read Invincible. I read all of Invincible. I think we talked about that on stream before. But other than that, no, I haven't really read much else other than, like, the big two. And I'm not counting manga as its own thing. Okay, maybe we can, if we take a photo from right, like, here-ish? Yeah, look at that. Just waiting for Audie to move out of the way. You know what I do want to read? I think it got brought back this year. Static Shock. I think they brought back Static Shock this year after some, like, legal disputes. And, you know, I'm kind of curious. Because that was one of my favorite shows growing up as a kid. And I've thought about it, but I just don't... I don't know. I guess we'll just put it here for now. I don't know. We have to find a better place for this, but I don't... Nah, we gotta find a better... I just had an idea, but no, that's not gonna work. I was thinking about putting it right here instead of this. This bonfire, but no, I like the bonfire there. I don't know. We set up a few basic Christmas decorations. I know it's not much. But, you know, I try to put a few things up. Oh, I do want to make that new thing. We gotta... I know there are some new Christmas DIYs, and I'm sure we will eventually make most of them. But we got that new one, and I am curious about that new one. So I guess let's go make that real quick. The mini snowboy or whatever. Yeah, there we go. It looks like it doesn't have a nose. Or, like, the nose looks weird on it, is what I'm saying. A large snowflake and some small snowflakes. Again, I know we have both in here somewheres. A large snowflake and some small snowflakes. Here's some large snowflakes. Here's some small snowflakes. I really collected a lot. But yeah, I swear I had more like frozen pillars and bears and whatnot for the ice cafe. But when I looked through all my items just now, I didn't see any of that. So I don't know. Put the colorful wheels back for the moment. Yeah, I didn't see anything. Because I know for the ice cafe we had 2 bears. I swear we had 2 trees, and then we had 2 pillars as well. Oops. And we only have, and I see here we only have 1 pillar. We have an arch, but I still think we should have had another pillar. Because I guess it'd be cool to set up like a new ice cafe, put some ice cream out. Which is what we did last time, but still. And we should have 1 more snowman, I thought, but whatever. So this should be small, if I'm correct. Yeah, look at that. No, still kind of looks weird to me, but whatever. Still I like the look of our house. It's festive enough. I know we can change it, but I think it looks festive enough. And yeah, that's probably... Tomorrow we'll go back to the Happy Home Paradise, but, you know, I wanted to do a little Christmas decorating today. The season is approaching in... less than 10 days. Or, well, more than 10 days, I meant. I mean, 10 days from tomorrow is Christmas Eve, which we're going to have to start buying Christmas gifts. I think I've bought like 1 or 2, and I know we have a bunch in storage, but I need to start buying Christmas gifts to give our villagers. Yeah. But I think that's where I'm going to end off for today. I'm going to go watch a Spider-Man movie. God, I cannot believe... I don't know how... As someone who does not read that many comics, I don't know how the heck I talked about comics for almost an hour there. What am I? Some kind of Linkara? No. No, I'm not. I know nothing. And I know there are a few things I said that are, like, not direct quotes from his videos, but, like, there's a few things in comics that I only know about from his videos. Yeah, whatever. Whatever, comic books, am I right? Yeah, that's where we're going to end off for today. Tomorrow we'll be back. Yeah, I said Happy Home Paradise. Wednesday, I don't know. And then Thursday, I will be a late stream because I'm seeing Spider-Man. And the time I would normally stream, I'm going to go see Spider-Man. So, yeah, that's what we're doing instead. And then I'll stream afterwards, but don't worry, no, I'm not giving spoilers. I'll just tell you whether I'll give you the typical thumbs up, thumbs down, did I like it, and then we won't talk about it for like a week. Because I'll probably go see it at least one more time before then. But yeah, with that, I hope you all enjoyed. Stay tuned for more. Until next time, peace.